Welcome back to GEEKY Reviews. I'm your host, Michael Wilkerson, and this is going to be my review for Season 1, Episode 2 of Lucifer, titled Lucifer Stay Good Devil. So this episode starts in a funny confrontation with a street crier who's spouting out some ridiculous BS over some religious beliefs. And it's a funny way to showcase that this guy doesn't believe in the devil, so Lucifer has to show him this by actually transforming into his iconic devil looking self with eyes. This was a funny moment. I think it's also kind of a funny nod to seeing these street criers and just, I mean, no offense, I mean, if you like these street criers and you support them, go for it. I mean, I'm not a big religious person and I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for that, but it's just, I don't know, it feels sad. It's almost like homeless people spouting BS for religious stuff, and I don't know, it's just something I'm not interested in personally, but I know some people are, so if that is you, more power to you. I'm not sitting here to judge you. But basically when we pick up, Lucifer is sitting down with his therapist Linda, who basically has revealed and pieced together that Lucifer has returned back from hell to take a vacation in Los Angeles, and he's starting to feel a lot of insecurities and empathy towards Chloe Decker, and a lot of this episode is about him finally realizing that, like, everybody's starting to see it. People like his brother Amenadiel, or even his sister Mace in the first episode, and now Linda, the therapist, is starting to see some sort of like softness and weakness that Lucifer is showing. Lucifer always plays it as this like very, like, he hides his insecurities inside of his humor, essentially, or behind his humor, I should say. And it's making him soft, and a lot of people are seeing that, and it's not exactly the Lucifer that his brother wants him to be. He wants him to go back to hell and essentially, I guess, take over from his father, or just do what his father wanted, which is return to hell, I think, entirely. And Lucifer's just not interested in doing that. He's more interested in taking this vacation, taking a break from hell, and just trying to live a normal life and be good and do some sort of good, working as this detective. I like this angle that they go with for him. It makes sense. It gives both sides, really good points. Like, his brother, his sister wants him back in hell. Lucifer wants to just stay in there, and just live a normal life. And there's pros and cons to it. Like, yeah, if Lucifer stays, he becomes more, not necessarily revealing to the public, but more like he starts becoming more soft around people beyond just the detective. He could become more soft around other people, and even people that he's flirting with and has relationships with, like just hot girls or something. But obviously, to a lot of those hot girls that he's just kind of sleeping with, it's not really too much. Like, it's more just a one night stand, so they probably never really remember him, so that's probably a good thing. But at the same time, Amenadiel and Mace are like watching him as he's like just becoming soft in this world and just trying to be a normal human, and just being like a moral human, rather than just being what his father envisioned him to be, which is the leader of hell, essentially. Which I thought was really cool and a great way to develop his character. But basically the big, what should I say, like the big like murder case of the episode is this son of a movie star. His name's Russell. He ends up getting killed by a paparazzo. First we assume that it's Nick. Dan arrested him. Chloe's still on kind of like administrative or hospital leave or something from her accident in the first episode. And so a lot of it's her trying to work this case, but also like she's still injured, and Dan's looking out for her to go home, spend time with Trixie. But she's like more hell-bent on trying to find find this paparazzo, because she believes that this guy Nick Hofferman, I don't even know his name, but this guy Nick, I'm just going to call him Nick, she thinks he's innocent, that he's not the killer. But Nick is in a way just open to wanting to confess. He basically wants to confess his what should I say, like his sons. He wants to confess that he killed this son of a movie star, this guy named Russell. But we do learn a lot about who the real killer is, and that it's actually just a way for Nick to essentially cover for this guy that is Josh, I believe, who is a very sickening paparazzo. And I think their intention was to showcase a paparazzi type of person that is very like sickening, and follows people around and takes pictures of women's legs, and I don't know, I guess in a way he was aiming for her vagina or something, but at the same time, like, it's just a way to showcase him just being really sickening and stuff like that, as this, like, not even a reporter type person, just somebody that's just wanting to take photos, get quick shots, get the right moments, get the right angles, always be first. And he's willing to go through like sickening ways just to do that, which is mind-boggling. What was really hilarious this episode as well, just kind of offset some of that sickening thing that we kind of went through with the case, is that Trixie doesn't know that her mom, Chloe Decker, essentially is a movie star. So something that she kept from her daughter. Trixie wouldn't understand this. She's still very young, but I think it was really adorable. Just her hiding this from her daughter and stuff like that makes sense to me. Like, she wouldn't want her to know about this. It was a very funny, I guess, sketchy movie. Maybe something that Chloe's almost embarrassed of to be a part of. But I don't know. I think also deep down she does still feel like she has that movie gene inside her, because we also find out that she has this personal connection with her, or she had this connection with her mother, who was actually a movie star. And so a lot of this episode, and I don't know if we're going to go more into her being like a movie star stuff in later episodes and stuff like that. It takes place in Los Angeles, so I would assume something like that is going to like come play later with her. But I would say, like, it was like a lot of this episode was to basically mirror Chloe for this father that lost his son in a car accident or whatever, and her like being that movie star at a young age, with her mother having paparazzi follow her around so much. It was just a way for her to connect and almost like relate to this person, I guess, which made sense to me. And I like the added layer, because I think what these first two episodes have done so well is just that these are murder cases on, at first look, but there's also some added depth. So this episode is more about proving the innocence of somebody else beyond just it being who killed this person. Like, it's less about the victim. It's more about proving Nick's innocence, because Nick is the kind of guy that has done all these terrible things and has regrets over them. And what do we do when we flip that? We bring in a villain kind of person that is a complete opposite of that. His mentor, somebody he looked up to, or somebody that like showed him the ropes and showed him all this type of stuff, but somebody they looked up to too as well. And Josh, and he was always taught to get the story first, so he's going through these sickening ways to get the story first, and taking like really quick snapshots of women and fights and people walking and famous people and stuff like that. It's almost like the showing TMZ. It's like their version of TMZ, and how celebrities react to TMZ, because most celebrities hate TMZ for them just invading their privacy. And I respect that, because if I was famous, I would never want somebody just following me around with a camera, especially if I was in a relationship. Like, you guys have nothing better to do just to sit around and take photos of famous people. That's why I don't like those types of people. Like, they have other things they want to do. They're still, just because they make music or stardom or are in a movie or on camera doesn't mean that they don't have lives outside of that, which is, yeah, that's what I don't like. But yeah, overall, I would say this episode was honestly pretty solid. It was on par with the first episode. I can't say it was better, but I would say like it was on par. So I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. But let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite part of Lucifer Season 1, Episode 2? And if you enjoyed the review, as always, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys next week reviews video. Peace.